Dear ones, welcome. I am Fedrajani and you are listening to Inner Light, a podcast dedicated to kindle a light of meaning into your life. On today's episode, we will continue our journey on exploring the personality types. We will talk about the essence of an Istj, the duty fulfiller. Istj is a personality type characterized by introverted sensing, extroverted thinking, introverted feeling, and extroverted intuition. I have chosen the figure of Poseidon as the embodiment of an Istj, the Greek god of the sea, silent, duty fulfiller, and relentless, ruling the seas with strict order, memory of every slight, and absolute respect for ancient rules. Istjs are a judging type, which means they prefer extroverted judging and introverted perceiving. In simple terms, they make decisions based on objective external information rather than just observing feelings or impressions in the moment. They're more proactive and assertive toward the outside world, while being deeply reflective internally. Their personality is driven primarily by extroverted thinking and introverted sensing. Extroverted thinking is all about logic, efficiency, and structure. It looks at real-world facts, draws conclusions, and then works to make those conclusions real. Introverted sensing, on the other hand, records reality as it's experienced, storing memories, details, and lessons from the past, and recalling them when similar situations come up again. They carefully observe what's happening, compare it with past experience, and then form conclusions based on what consistently holds up over time. For the Istj specifically, their inner perception of reality is more important than abstract theories or passing trends. Their focus isn't on chasing what's new, it's on recording, understanding, and preserving what's reliable. The word I most associate with Istjs is solidifying. At their core, Istjs are preparing for the future. They see the world as unpredictable, constantly changing, and often unreliable. To deal with that uncertainty, they collect facts, test systems, and determine what is actually real, what has lasting value, and what will still matter tomorrow. This is where the inspector comes from. Istjs are famously thorough and meticulous. They often experience the world as chaotic, irrational, and noisy, so anything they build, plans, beliefs, commitments, has to be strong enough to survive that chaos. They don't rely on hope, they rely on proof. Because of this, Istjs are deeply dutiful. If they commit to something, it's because they've already tested it and decided it's trustworthy. And once they commit, they stay loyal even when things get difficult. Panic doesn't easily shake them because they trusted their judgment from the start. That same sense of duty shows up in how they guide others. Their advice is usually simple but firm. Figure out what's reliable and stick with it. ISTJs can become frustrating watching others rush into decisions without research, skip important details, or abandon systems that exist for a reason. Now, here's something people often overlook. Behind that serious exterior is introverted feeling, their third function. ISTJs don't give their emotional loyalty easily, but once something or someone passes their internal inspection, their attachments run deep. It may not be expressive, but it's sincere, powerful, and long-lasting. Yes, ISTJs have a soft, passionate core. They just protect it carefully inside their heart. That said, there is a tension in the ISTJ's personality. Their dominant introverted sensing can overpower their weakest function, extroverted intuition, the function that sees new possibilities and embraces change. When this happens, ISTJs can become overly rigid, resistant to innovation, and skeptical of anything unfamiliar. ISTJs play one of the most important roles in the society. They are the maintainers. They keep things running. They notice what's missing. They refill, repair, stabilize, and preserve, whether that's a household, a workplace, a tradition, or an entire system. While more innovative types are off experimenting and creating bold new ideas, someone has to make sure things still work afterward. Someone has to maintain what was built once the excitement fades. Because extroverted intuition is their weakest function, ISTJs tend to approach uncertainty cautiously, where optimistic types see endless possibilities. ISTJs see potential risks and plan for them. This can make them seem controlling or resistant, but it usually comes from the desire to prevent chaos, not suppress creativity. They respect tradition, not because it's old, but because it survived. Their values are shaped by experience, not trends, and that's what makes them so valuable in the society. They carry hard-earned wisdom. They protect lessons learned the slow way. They quietly keep the best ideas alive long after everyone else has forgotten them. Stable, consistent, reliable, loyal. That is the essence of an ISTJ. Thank you very much for listening to today's episode, dear ones. I hope you enjoyed it. You can listen to the episode on YouTube, YouTube Music, and Spotify. I am Fedrajani, and you are listening to Inner Light Podcast. Stay connected until the next episode.